Jenny Brew from Nomadic Hero. This video looks at why creating and using quality lead magnets are important for your online business. You have to understand the role the lead magnet plays in email marketing. Now, the biggest mistake a newbie can make is to use a very ordinary, well-used giveaway that probably started life as BLR in the first place. After all, why does it matter? Let's answer that question, shall we? If you're very new to email marketing, then you could help yourself a lot by taking a look at this free step-by-step introduction to internet marketing. The link is below this video. Now, this is a course created by Philip Borman, and I've actually done this course myself, and it's really totally recommended the training. It comes at a great price. Did I mention free? Email marketing is step 10. That's at the end of the free section, but it's still free. Also, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. A like would be good too. Let's get into the video. Now, this video is going to look at what is a lead magnet, why use a lead magnet, how do you deliver the lead magnet into the subscriber's hands, what is the mechanism, and then points to consider when you're actually creating the lead magnet, what is really important to be taking note of. And let's have a look at the traffic. How do you get traffic? How do you actually get people to see the lead magnet? What is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is a free item of information that you, as a marketer, give in return for a subscriber's email address. Now, lead magnets are free, but users still have to part with their precious contact information. And they won't do that for just anything, so you need to create content that interests the audience. A subscriber chooses to provide their email address because they see value in the exchange. The marketer builds their email list and grows the number of potential customers to whom they can send future emails. Now, the exchange is the very start of a relationship building process, and this process takes time, and the idea is that the subscriber gets to know and like the marketer as a real person, and then the ongoing relationship will be based on trust. The subscriber is likely to buy from the marketer in the future. It's important to note that building trust takes time. This is a long-term strategy. You are building an online business, and it does take time. It doesn't happen overnight. Why use a lead magnet? The opt-in process is the start of your relationship building process. Not only do people opt in, but they give you permission to send them emails in the future. So your perfect lead magnet has to do two things. It's got to get people's attention and interest enough to get people to opt in, but also it's got to look back to your primary product or service offering that eventually you would like them to purchase in the future. So two goals, an immediate goal and an end goal. And you need to make sure that you can accomplish both of these goals. And there's a few ways you can fall over in the process if you don't do this correctly. You can fall over by giving people a lead magnet that's just too vague. It's not necessarily relevant to the cause at hand, and people don't see the connections. So it must be specific and relevant. So it has to make sense to the person who's receiving it. Also, you need to be careful with the quality of your production. If you give somebody a lead magnet that's a downloadable guide, for example, and it's got poor images in it, the quality's bad, there's lots of typos, people aren't going to be very impressed, and the first thing they will do is unsubscribe. Another way that you can have problems is by providing a lead magnet that really doesn't have any value. It seems to be worthless. A lead magnet that people see value in, and they look and they go, oh wow, I would have paid an amount of money for this. So they do see great value in what you're handing out. So to summarize, the lead magnet must be good quality and meet the pain points that the audience is experiencing. The audience will have certain problems that you are looking to resolve, and their lead magnet must be relevant, obviously, to those pain points. Now, offering a high quality lead magnet helps to speed up the trust building process. And what you're doing is warming up your cold leads more quickly, so you can shorten that time frame that we referred to earlier. Understanding the problems experienced by your target audience is all important, and providing high quality information is important in keeping those subscribers on your list. You do not want them to unsubscribe. So bottom line is, you need to understand your audience. Let's look at how we deliver the lead magnet into the hands of the person who has just given their email address. Over here we have our audience, their problem and their various pain points. You as an affiliate have done your research, found a solution to that problem, so you have made sure that it's relevant to the problem being experienced by your audience. You are understanding your audience. You have become an affiliate for that product. Opt-in form is on a landing page or a squeeze page, all meaning the same thing here, and you can see there's the email address being requested here. Now this document, your landing page, will have an explanation about what the lead magnet is and why it's important and the benefits and so forth. What happens once this thing is filled in? A thank you page will be delivered, which will say thank you for subscribing, and here's how you get your lead magnet. And there'll be a little call to action here, and you might be able to download that straight away from this point, or it may be sent via an email back to your server. Same time, this email address is added to the list, to your list, your email list, and at that point then you are able to, in the future, send them emails. Now this first email could be thank you very much for joining us, blah 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 blah, and perhaps you might have some other item of value that you would want to build upon that relationship in the very first instance. But what you wouldn't do with all these subsequent emails is bombard the person with lots of sales emails, because if you do that, they will unsubscribe. So what you focus on here, particularly in these early days, is providing value to that subscriber such that you build trust with them and they will buy from you in the future. The start of the process is you need to attract your audience to read your headline. Now the headline is really important, because if someone reads the headline and they are attracted to that headline, they will provide their email address, because they will get very excited and see a document or whatever the lead magnet is that they really must have, because they see it as a way to improve their life. So what you are doing here with your headline is you are playing on emotions, and what you want to do are three things that I've shown here. One is you need to identify the positive feelings, the most positive feelings. You want to motivate people, and you want to show them some idea of success, how they can actually find that success. That is the important thing. That's the positive thing. You want to show how you can remove that terrible negative trigger. And thirdly, you need to have a call out for these people. That is a name that you can collectively, a positive name, refer to these people. Now, in this instance that I'm looking at today, let's suppose we're looking at online entrepreneurs, beginning online entrepreneurs, newbie online entrepreneurs. The last thing I would do is say, hey, failing entrepreneurs, that's negative, and people aren't going to respond to that very kindly. So you need to keep it upbeat, you need to keep it positive. So the headline will say, hey, newbie online entrepreneurs, do you want to find direction? Do you want to improve the way in which your business is running? And if you happen to be a person who's suffering from shiny object syndrome, you might say, hey, do you want to save your money and not spend any time or money on buying shiny objects? and then you go off to spell out the benefits of those particular things. But there are 3 items here. Now obviously your audience do not know you. This sounds obvious, doesn't it? But they are a cold audience, so do not make any assumptions. You need to plan your headline fairly carefully. The other thing that's worthy of making comment on is you do have to try and keep this stuff simple. Don't overthink it. You've got to keep the word simple. There's got to be one thing you want them to do, and that is to click on the link and provide their email address. Formatting. What type of document are we really thinking about? I've given you an example here of 9 different formats, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's the full complement. These are ones that are mostly used in internet marketing, but for other niches there may be many more available. We start with a PDF, or I think it used to historically be more an ebook. A PDF is recommended to be no more than about 10 pages long in today's speak. At one stage historically they used to be much longer, but it's considered that for a lead magnet the amount of time it takes to consume one of these documents should be fairly well limited to perhaps an hour or 2 rather than spending days on looking at something. A video, for the same reasons, should be limited to a maximum of about 15 minutes. And a cheat sheet, which is very popular now for lead magnets, should be just a 1-page summary. A checklist should be the steps that are actually necessary to complete a larger task. Template, it's just fill in the blanks and you don't need to change anything else. Swipe file, copy and paste mainly, and usually the swipe file would be associated with email marketing. A guide can be a tutorial or an instruction on a particular skill, and you'll find free trials are on offer for various softwares and so forth. The toolkit may be in fact a selection of some of the others, maybe 2 or 3 of the other ones above. For example, a video perhaps associated with a guide. Now J.K. Dowdle produces products in the internet marketing space. His recommendations for internet marketing for lead magnets look like this, from number 1 being a PDF, followed by a video, followed by a cheat sheet, followed by a toolkit. Now that's given in order of increasing ease of production. So if you were going to produce these documents yourself or these tools yourself, his suggestion would be that the toolkit was in fact the easiest way in which to produce a lead magnet, and you could do that purely by providing a checklist, a 1-page checklist, and perhaps a piece of software, free software that you could find by just reviewing the internet. There's a number of different ways in which you could amalgamate different pieces of software to make a complete product that would have a lot of value for your subscribers. Now if you're going to create these products for yourself, you'd probably use a tool like Canva and create reports through that. Now if you don't feel comfortable doing these things yourself, then I'd suggest that you go to Fiverr, and I will leave the link down below, and get somebody there. You would have to pay them, not a lot, but a small amount, to be able to create your lead magnets for you. In reviewing the internet to do this video, I came across a number of remarkable checklists and cheat sheets as I went through, so this was certainly one of them, and I suggest that you do take advantage of this and just go and have a look at a few of them. I'll leave a link in the description below so that you can come back and view these at your leisure. There's a couple more here I'll show you as well. If you go to neilpatel.com, he doesn't beat about the bush at all, really. He just comes straight up with this when you go onto his website. Do you want more traffic? And of course the answer for anyone in internet marketing is going to be yes, but it was just so out there, and it said, I'm determined to make a business in Brisbane, which is where I'm situated. So he's managed to geographically fix these ones as well, and the URL for that one. And here he is again. This is another one, and in hellobar.com, and I'll leave that down below as well. This one's about getting more sales, and as you can see, this one is actually templates that are being offered. So you know, if you want to just scan through, you can find huge numbers of lead magnets right through on most blog posts that you can see as well. It's very, very well researched area, but the complexion has changed in terms of the following checklist that I'm about to show you. Now, we looked at lead magnet delivery before. Just one point we haven't touched on yet, and that is how the traffic arrives at the landing page here. So we've got people filling in this landing page form, but we haven't necessarily spelled out how these potential subscribers find this landing page. And the way that I'd suggest this be done is we're talking about traffic sources here, and I put all the paid sources of traffic here, so you can split this up into paid and unpaid, or by unpaid I mean organic. And as a new person doing internet marketing, I would suggest that you stay away from these ones. And note, I have included solo ads in there that you can spend a lot of money or chew up a lot of money with very little reward using solo ads. I will refer you to the top of the page here, where there will be a card in relation to solo ads. I have done a video about this previously, about why you shouldn't use solo ads as a beginner, and I will also put a link underneath the description for that particular one as well. But in the first instance, what we would suggest you do is avoid paying for ads. Do it the slow way, which is, if you've got a website, by blog posts, you can talk about the problems that your audience are having. Here they are down here, and talk about how they can be resolved by using product A, B or C or whatever they are. So you can put a post here on your blog post. You can replicate that on, you can create a video on YouTube if you wish, and then bit by bit you may add some social media. So you may in fact put a link to this blog post from Facebook or from Pinterest or perhaps from Instagram, just to slowly build up the traffic and your email lists in this way. So this is still the same landing page we referred to earlier, but all I'm really doing is showing the linkage between these folk out here finding this landing page, and this is the way in which we would recommend that this be done in the early days. So just to summarize, the key points for creating a perfect lead magnet are that your specific subject matter you're dealing with should be congruent with the niche. Material should be actionable. There should be really enough information there for people to consume that product and understand it without having to go looking for any other thing. And they should get to the end of that lead magnet and not say, so what do we do now with it? What's next? So you should think about follow on is to that. It should be immediately available. That is, you should be able to just read it straight away and get the information, consume it straight away. It should have a high perceived value, and while it looks valuable, it should also be valuable. It should deliver real value, and it should also be designed with the end goal in mind. What is the purpose of the lead magnet and where are we going with this? And always be aware that the purpose of the lead magnet is to impress that person who has subscribed, and it warms the relationship between the audience and yourself, such that over time they will be prepared to purchase from you on the basis of the trust that you have created there. And that comes to the end of this video. Now please subscribe and give me a like if you found that this video has been useful for you. And there is a great lead magnet attached to this video that I referred to at the beginning of the video, and that is, there is some great free online training for internet marketing in the link in the description below this video. It does satisfy most of those criteria in their checklist, and I'd be interested to see what you think of it. And if you could leave a comment below, that would be appreciated. Okay, well, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.